Hi, I'm Richard Killeaney. I'm going to be showing you how to make a recycled pants tote bag today. This is what the bag looks like when it's all finished, and it's really quite easy to make, so let's get started. To start with, you're going to need a pair of pants. Any pants will work. I prefer to use 100% cotton pants. It makes them more durable. It also makes them easier to press and to work with as you're going. These ones are fun because they have nice cargo pockets already attached, and those will end up being a part of your bag when you're finished, which is really great. The first step in making your bag is you need to actually take the pants and cut them apart. So I'm going to open these up, turn it around, and I'll cut the zipper right out of the pants. And you just cut around the edge of it to get it out. A good sharp pair of scissors is very helpful in doing this well. There we go. So we're going to take the zipper fly and set this aside. You won't need it right now. If you'd like, you can actually rip the zipper out of the fly and use it to make a small zip purse using the scraps of your pants. Now that we have the zipper cut out of the pants, the next step is to get them cut apart the rest of the way. So I'm going to start at the back waistband, and I'm just going to cut along the center seam that goes through the crotch of the pants. It always feels a little weird to cut your pants apart. However, in the end, it results in a really great bag that's fun to carry. All right, we can set one leg aside. You have two legs on the pants, so you'll end up with two bags that you can make, which is great for gift giving. Now that we have a single leg here, what we're going to do is we're going to cut along the shorter seam that's left, or the inseam. And I just cut along the edge all the way to the bottom of the pants. And you don't have to be super careful of being very neat at this point. All right, there we go. So our pants are completely cut apart at this point. If we'd like to do any ironing, now is a good time to get any wrinkles out, because again, it'll make it easier on us a little bit later. So you can give your pants a nice light press, just to get them good and clean and easy to work with. There we go. All right. Now that we have a single pant leg that's opened flat, we're going to cut it to be able to use it for the shape of our bag. Now, I'm using a rotary mat here. You can do all your measuring and cutting using a ruler and a pair of scissors if you'd like. I'm going to line the waistband of our pants up with the top of my board, smooth out the pants to the bottom, and using my rotary cutter, I'm going to cut 33 inches down. Now, depending on the size of your pants, you can choose to make your bag slightly larger or slightly smaller. There we go. So again, you can save this scrap and use this for other projects or for the zip purse if you'd like. Next, using a slightly larger ruler, I'm going to cut the sides so that I have a nice rectangular piece of fabric. So we're going to smooth everything out here. There we go. And using my longer ruler, I'm just going to cut one long length. And you need to make sure this goes through the waistband. There we go. And we'll line it up and cut the other side. Now these, I like to be able to come across 17 inches. Let's see if we have 17 inches. And we just do. And I notice that there's a pocket up here, so I want to make sure when I cut this next side that I don't actually cut through that pocket. There we go. And if there's any places that didn't cut through, we can come back and simply slice those through. All right, now we have our rectangle, and we're ready to actually use this to make our bag. What I'm going to do in the next step is turn this around so that I have the raw edge on the bottom at the top of my board. And I'm going to bring the waistband end up, and I'm going to pin the bag. I'm going to line up the waistband about 1.5 inches below the raw edge. And once I have that lined up, then I'll pin the rest of the way down. And I'm going to do that on both sides. All right, once we've got this pinned, we're ready to go over to the machine and do our first stitches. We won't have to worry about this right here because this will be our finished hem at the end. So let's head over to the machine. I'm ready to sew. I have another bag here that I've already gotten ready. And I'm going to sew this seam at a 1/2 inch seam allowance. I like to use a nice sturdy thread for doing this so that my finished bag has a lot of durability. You can get a good craft thread or even what we call a carpet thread at your local sewing store. All right, trim off my ends of thread. There we go. And we have both sides of our bag sewn. At this point, what we do next is we're going to create the box bottom that gives our bag shape and structure. In order to do that, I'm back over here at my board and I'm just going to finger crease the center bottom panel of the bag. Now, what I'm going to do is reach inside and I'm going to turn this seam sideways so that I have sort of a triangle happening. And I'm going to line up this stitched edge against this pressed center on the bottom. And once I have that lined up, then I'll take my ruler again, and I'm going to measure up 3 inches and make a mark. I'm using the lines on my ruler to figure this out so that it's nice and straight. There we go. So I measure my 3-inch line. I'm going to put pins in this to hold it in place, and then we're ready to stitch that. And that again is going to give us the box bottom on our bag, and we'll do that on both sides. So let's go back to the machine. Now because this is the bottom of the bag, you'll want to backstitch at the beginning and the end of your seam so that you have added durability. There we go. And you'll end up stitching that on both sides. If you choose and have a zigzag function on your machine, or if you have an overlock machine, feel free to overlock the inside edges of your bag so that it has more of a finished look. At this point, once you've stitched both of your box bottom pieces, we're ready to turn this around and work on the hem. So let's flip our bag around. We're going to push out the ends of our box bottom pieces, and you can see it gives us a lovely finished look on the bottom of our bag. And we're ready to work on the final hem. The final hem on the bag, what we're going to do first is we're going to finger press a 1/4 inch seam allowance all the way along the top. We're doing a simple double turned hem here. And once we've pressed our 1/4 inch, then we fold down the rest of it, which is about 1 inch. And again, press that into place. You can see that the way I folded this, as it folds inside, it covers up our raw edge and aligns with the already sewn edge of our waistband. Once we've pinned our hem in place, then we're ready to stitch the hem, and you'll see that we have the basic body of our bag. Let me show you what I have done. So, the final step of our bag is putting on the handles. On this bag here, you can see that our hem is finished, and we're ready to attach the tape that becomes the handles. You'll need about 1.5 yards of any sort of a lightweight tape. This one here is a cotton twill tape. You can also find these really fun neon handles or nylon webbing at your sewing store. Any of these will work. Again, you take your 1.5 yards and you're going to cut it into 2 25-inch lengths. The next step is we're going to measure in 4 inches from the edge of the seam. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we make a mark. Once the mark is made, then we simply take our handle, fold under a 1/4 inch here, and pin our handle in place. I've used this nice X attachment for the handles, which gives these added strength and makes it really durable in the end. Your finished bag is great for groceries, going to the market, or just as a general tote. It is fully washable, and of course, you can make a whole collection for the whole family. Thanks.